In this video, I'm going to show you the components of closing deals via Gmail. So on email, instead of actually taking sales calls, what if I told you you could close the same amount of deal volume and the deal flow that you're currently doing, but just on email, not in front of a sales call? It takes some finesse. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I'm doing it on the screen here. Now, here are the components of Gmail closing, just to kind of show you guys the past 2 weeks or so. These are some split payments from some of the people who have actually joined CMRR. Now, these are just payments that I've gotten over Gmail. So for those of you guys that don't know, I have a daily newsletter, and a lot of these guys actually come from the daily newsletter. Now, firstly, we have to understand, what took me very long to understand, is brand and authority. So with that being said, brand and authority come down to two main pillars. It's how you're perceived and how you present yourself. Now, if I were to show up here on YouTube every single day and give out mindless content that showed no value, my brand wouldn't be as stable as it could be. Now, right now, I'm giving out a bunch of value, giving out as much as I possibly can. I have over 190 videos about client acquisition, sales, fulfillment, marketing, everything like that. And so it's in my best interest to build up my brand by showing my authority, but also by giving away as much free game and value as I possibly can on this channel. And so what I've done here is I've built myself on sort of a pillar to where I actually am somewhat of an authority figure in the space. Now, I might not be a huge authority figure, of course, because I don't have that many subscribers, but the point is that people that do know about me have very good feelings about me because I actually give out a lot of game, like this video. And so the components of the Gmail closing come down to brand, and then the closed deal and the deposit. So the sales process is still the same, except you're just not going to appointments at them, or you're not going to appointments at them immediately. Now, to run your paid ads the best, you have to replicate the organic sales process. That's what I'm still trying to figure out. And so the organic sales process kind of goes like, top of funnel, they see your brand or whatever, okay? They see your brand, they become now problem aware because your content points that out, and then become solution aware, and then they become, in the buyer's pocket or whatever. And so it's in our best interest to make content from all fields of the funnel. And so we want to make content that brings people in solely off the purpose of just driving views. We want to make content in the sales process that actually converts the views to, audience members and loyal fans. And then we want to make content that actually makes them problem aware of what they're doing, like this video that I made yesterday about why, you're charging and structuring your online business as a 2017 business instead of a 2024 business with a full solution with offer, acquisition, nurture, and sales. So that content right there was making you problem aware. And the next level before or after problem aware would be solution aware. And so I'd show you guys, hey, at CMR, here's what we do. We do XYZ, make it faster and easier for you to do blah, blah, blah. Then we build out this entire full solution sales process for you. So as you replicate the organic process, you are having a daily newsletter. This is the best way to explain it. The sales process is going on. People see your face, your brand's being built, people, are being introduced to you, and then you have a daily newsletter and YouTube content that is constantly retargeting that viewer back to you. So this is literally paid ads. Like, the organic content is literally just an organic sales process, right? Now, if you run paid ads, you can replicate the organic sales process artificially just by using money. So you can pay people to watch this first video, and then once they're in the funnel, they're already captured in the funnel. They can go down the sales process and they're already in your newsletter and YouTube content. So you can pay for people to actually go through this process, but it's much more complicated. The downside to doing this organically is that you have a brand, you have authority, right? But the issue now lies in, okay, cool, you have no way of tracking where they are unless they're inside your newsletter or they're like an extremely loyal fan. So with that being said, this is why the components of Gmail closing become extremely important to incorporate a daily newsletter. So when your prospects are becoming more aware of your brand, the solution, the problems that they have, they're constantly being hit with daily newsletters of, hey, look, this is how I structured XYZ. This is what I did to do, XYZ. This is how I struggled for so long that I finally realized this happened, and then I started blowing up or whatever. So the daily newsletter constantly retargets them. So what I figured out is that people that actually, pay me money through Gmail, I'm going to call it Gmail closing, what they have gone through is the entire sales process. Now, this typically takes months. Your sales cycle typically takes months, but obviously this can be easily shortened in a faster period of time just based off how many pieces of content you put in front of them and how quickly and how much they actually watch, which again can be replicated via paid ads. So these people, they took months in my funnel. Now, the 4-figure guys who are proposing, 4-figure deals, they probably saw me, I would say right now it's September, they probably saw me in June or July, okay? And so they were slowly going through this funnel over time. And it takes, a few months, if not 30 days, if you're pretty quick at it. So it takes some time for them to get nurtured, start to like you, watch your videos, open up your daily newsletters. And I noticed that the people that paid me money over Gmail had over an 85% open rate on my daily newsletters, which is absolutely insane to me. I use Beehive for my daily newsletter, for those of you guys that don't know. And they actually were active commenters on my YouTube channel. So this tells you two different things. The most engaged people pay attention. And 2, the most engaged people pay attention. That's all it tells you. So if you can drive more engagement on your posts, on your newsletters, if you can get them to actually open them, if you can construct them and actually give out value, you'll push your prospects closer and closer to the sale. And so finally it becomes a closed deal or deposit. Now, how can you do this on autopilot? Like, how can you do this? Like, this isn't reliable. You might be asking, how can you do this on autopilot every single day? This is what I'm still trying to figure out. And honestly, I found some success in having the brand positioned and then moving along the sales process organically, and then it kind of just happens. I would say very confidently, if you can build up a program and you just throw client testimonials back into the sales process, back into the newsletters, which is what I'm currently doing, you can sign 5 figures a month easily. If not, you'll have one person approach you a month who will pay you 5 figures. That's kind of how it goes. This is what I've experienced, this is what I've seen. And so it only compounds over time. You only exponentially sign more clients the longer you stay in the game. So I'm only going to have more Gmail closings just because I'm just going to be posting more daily, and it's going to exponentially grow. So instead of me, being down here barely signing a client on autopilot, it's going to skyrocket the more my brand grows and the more people get pushed into this top of funnel. The key is this: building your brand on solid foundations and having the authority to actually show people that you are worthy of what you're talking about and you're not an average Joe down the street. And that is kind of how I would go about doing this. Like I said, this only works if you have a present marketplace solution to your offer and not a 2017 solution. So I'll go over this really quickly again. The point A of your prospects are still the same: inconsistent clientele. And the point B, you want to get them more clients. Now, this is if you're in the client acquisition space, or you just generate them more revenue, generate them more appointments, you generate them more clients. Whatever it is that you do, the goal is to make your clients more money. This works. Instead of approaching it as sort of a one solution, we run your paid ads, and then we're done. You want to package your offer as a full solution. In other words, we reconstruct your offer to make it more feasible to the marketplace. We handle all of your acquisition, paid ads. We deal with every single nurture sequence, automations, workflows, etc., content assets, things like that, and then sales. Sales assets, we plug in appointment setters, then we have closers for you. So when you bring a full solution into the business, you're no longer seen as a commodity, just pitching one product or service, but rather the full solution to actually solve all their problems. So I'm able to do this. I'm able to close deals over Gmail, and I'm able to sign some pretty large people in the space who are making a good amount of money. So these are mainly from some of the one-to-one group program stuff. This isn't any of the big clients or anything like that. I just kind of want to show you this. With that being said, if you can replicate every single one of these processes, you will be very much able to at least close a client over Gmail a week. Like I said, I only have about 400 email newsletter subscribers. So if you're actually able to replicate what I'm doing as far as posting consistent videos 2 times a day on YouTube, publish a daily newsletter, if you're able to, have a solid presence online, speak somewhat well, know what you're talking about, give out value, show authority, show that you actually know what you're talking about, but then have a solid sales process to capture the leads, to put them in the newsletter, sequences, automations. If you can do a decent job at that, I would say mediocre at best, you will be able to attract these clients very consistently. Like I said, your dream prospects are already out there. Now it's your turn to kind of go out there and then attract them through your content, attract them through your assets, attract them through everything that you're doing. So like I said, that's how you would kind of leverage Gmail closing. That's why I think sales calls, people are starting to waver away from them a lot more. I'm starting to see a lot of people in this space just kind of be like, cool, I don't want to be sold. I'm just ready to buy a program, or like I have a few questions. Let me send you 5 or 10 questions over Gmail. You answer them, send me a Stripe link, and I'll just join up. And that is honestly amazing. I think that's beautiful. I think if you can get your business to that point where you have so much trust, authority, and exclusivity in the marketplace to where you're actually speaking with them personally over email, and they just send you a Stripe link of, $500, $5,000, whatever it is, and pay it. I think that's great. I think that's kind of where the marketplace is shifting. Sales calls are honestly kind of getting overrated. And I think that this is where it's actually going. So with that being said, you guys, hope this video helped. Implement these strategies. Use all of my strategies. Use all of everything that I just told you, all of my game, for absolutely free. I promise you can get the same results I am. Attract larger clients with larger budgets. Go check out the first thing down below. Join CMRR. If you want this exact process implemented into your business. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.